The year is 1999. I am out in Palm Springs for the first tournament after winning my first foil E rating, and I do very well. And my opponent in the gold medal bout was this diminutive, skinny, short-haired blonde, and that's how I met Leslie Taft, who sadly passed away a couple weeks ago. She was at the time the division chair of the San Bernardino division. She had operated desert fencing camp for about 20 years. I knew her for 25. Leslie was one of the nicest people I ever met in the sport. Always there to help out, to shoulder to cry on, to laugh with. I pulled up to the tournament to set up my sales table. My first thing was to go, hi, Blondie, give her a nice big long hug, trade some bad jokes when the kids went around, and go do my thing. So I knew that she had fought breast cancer years ago and fought it off. I had no idea she was sick again. Last time I even spoke to her was at the Walnut Regional that I was head tech for last season, because she provided some of the gear for scoring stuff. I had no idea she was fighting it. It's quite the shock to get the call from the division vice chair when I was tearing down the neck at Louisville a couple weeks ago that she'd passed away. I'm glad that her suffering is over, but I still wish she was here. KESQ and Blake Arthur of the station did a feature on her that aired today, Friday, the 29th. And I'm going to post it in this video here, so we get a little bit of an idea of what Leslie was about. Again, she was one of the good ones. The sport is poor for her loss. Blondie, you did go all the way.
How do you fully encapsulate someone's life in just a few minutes? Accurately portray their passion and profound impact on others? It's hard, but not nearly as hard as battling cancer, fighting it off twice before this unrelenting disease ultimately takes your life. I never had the privilege of meeting Leslie Taft, but many here in the local fencing community did, and all of them are better for it.
Fencing for her was like breathing. It was an essential part of her life, and she wanted everyone to enjoy that.
Fencing has always been there, and Leslie has always been there.
Feels like I've lost a best friend for sure.
She was definitely just a mentor and really loved all of her students, and to see that carried across through generations now here in the desert, it's been inspiring.
Leslie Taft began Desert Fencing Academy in 2003. For more than 20 years, up until her passing in November of this year, she devoted her life to the sport and the people in it.
She said, come in, anyone. You can come once a week, you can come once a month, you can come once a year. The doors will always be open for you, and you always have a spot here. And for me, that just says that she was the most accepting and kind person I've ever met. I don't think I ever saw once in the 10 years that I saw her where she got frustrated with a single person. She just always was full of happiness.
Leslie helped hundreds of kids, giving them all much more than just coaching.
She was such an accepting person and a loving person, and everyone was always welcome. And she wouldn't just be a fencing coach. She would be a therapist for a lot of people. A lot of students would come in and they would just want to talk about their day and hang out with Leslie and be there. And that's what she provided. She provided both fencing, a shoulder to lean on, and to be that motivational person.
Leslie did all of this despite letting anyone in on her own struggle, battling cancer of the breast, lung, brain, and finally, bone.
Knowing now that she was battling cancer for a third time, I think I'm grateful that she's no longer in pain and is at peace. But selfishly, it's like, I thought she was immortal. I thought she'd be around forever.
With Leslie's tragic passing, what happens now? How is such a massive void in fencing and the community in general filled after such a loss?
I really hope that this club is able to stay open, past above her passing and all that, because I think it's a nice place to have young fencers be able to come and actually learn more about the art of fencing and practice the sport.
I'm going to do my best to keep the doors open as long as I can. She did want me to take over as a coach. It's my hope that we can bring everyone in and together and keep the doors open.
Hopefully the doors can stay open and fencing can continue here in the Coachella Valley, all while honoring the life and legacy of an incredible woman along the way.
I'm going to miss her, and I think this valley is going to miss her.
I would just say thank you for being there for me and helping me grow.
When I first heard about Leslie's passing and started to pursue this story, I was overwhelmed with messages of love and stories of her significance, many of which I unfortunately wasn't able to share. But it was clear to me that Leslie was an amazing human being whose impact will live on forever. She's the type of person who represented all that is good in our society. Leslie Taft was 69 years old. May she rest in peace.